What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are actually new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rashid White. Okay, so today is going to be the Philadelphia 76ers season preview. We're going to do like maybe 10 or 12 teams, just teams I actually see a lot of concerns with. I'm not doing every single team here, but Minnesota Timberwolves, you're actually next. There's some major dilemmas and things that's going on there. So let's get right into it over here. All right, so as you can see, the Philadelphia 76ers has a newly constructed team somewhat. The same three core, the big three that are actually coming back, and James Harden, Joel Embiid, and TYRESE Maxey, and these are the players we're going to pretty much actually focus on. All right, so let's get right into it. James Harden, the concerns that he actually has with me over here. So I got my bag of notes right over here. His injury history. Of course, we know that James Harden actually had a hamstring injury for the last couple of years. He doesn't really take care of his body in a sense, though. Everybody knows of the late night partying, the diet. I mean, everything. And him not being in shape causes these type of hamstring injuries. So it's James Harden over the hamstring injury, both mentally and physically. Let's talk about the mental part about it, because it's going to really trust that he can make certain moves without actually having to think about it. So if you had like a lower extremity injury like that, and no matter what kind of level of basketball you're actually playing, nobody wants those kind of lower extremity injuries now. All right, so he's a defensive liability on the perimeter. All right, so especially in today's NBA, you got the Steph Currys, these John Morants, even like Kevin Durant is a perimeter player. You got these lightning fast twitch muscle guards that James Harden is going to actually have to help these guys. Play defense on these guys, and of course we know that he can't really do that even with his age. And especially, they don't want to, you don't want to actually have to push them really, really too hard. You want to kind of save them for the playoffs. So this over here is actually a concern. I know they got some bench pieces that can actually help on the defensive end, but scoring has to happen too. You can't just be a defensive like guru and then not score. So that's a problem. You actually have to put the ball in the hole there. All right, so he can't break the defense down in 3-4 dribbles. All right, so I'm gonna go into what I seen was a major concern over here. And let's see, hold on one second. All right. Let's get into this. I'm going to show you the examples. There's two examples over here, what I mean, of breaking the defense down quickly. Scotty Barnes guarding him. Had to pass it. Forces him to a bad shot. All right, so now on the other end, let's look at this. Pascal Siakam, 1, 2, 3 dribbles at the hole. See, James Harden couldn't even do that right there. He couldn't even break down his defender. So that's actually a problem. And, you don't want to over dribble, because people think that guys in the NBA can't guard. They can guard, man. And if you're going to take 7, 8, 9 dribbles, it gets the defense a chance to actually hone in on you more, in a sense, though, in terms of actually helping. All right, so he's not a good off the ball player. He doesn't cut. I mean, sometimes he does, but he doesn't really like set screens and try to get some some mismatches. He doesn't really do that. He doesn't really do that well. No off ball movement. You don't see any of that type of stuff from him. Him moving without the basketball. That is an actual problem for James Harden there. So that's going to take me into my TYRESE Maxey thing, where I think he should be actually running the offense. And the last thing I have with James Harden is lack of turnovers. Too many turnovers. Now, in order for him to try to make the passes that he wants to make, he needs to be an offensive threat. you know. So if you're Scotty Barnes actually guarding James Harden, you know, you're not going to really kind of, you know, help on that in a sense though, where you can, let's say if James Harden was the old James Harden, he can get by his guard and the help can come, and then the player that was guarding the help defender can backdoor, and then James Harden can make some dazzling passes. He can't get that in. All right, so next is TYRESE MAXEY. So TYRESE MAXEY, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him, and the couple of things that actually concerns me with him is that his size. So his size, he's actually 6'2". He's 6'2". Where's his size? Yeah, 6'2". What's his weight at? No, who cares about his weight? Probably like 190, 195. So 6'2". And he's going to actually have to run the offense. And the reason why I say that is because he can actually break a defense down. He gets downhill quickly, and he can actually get to the basket and then causing the defense to actually collapse and, you know, try to get some easy buckets for Harden. Hopefully, you know, he's a good catch and shoot 3-point shooter. So because he can actually break the defense down, I think the ball should be in his hands, and then Harden should actually play off ball. But there's some problems there. Inexperience is his third year in the NBA. Then a heavy burdensome on him. I mean, he's going if the right thing to actually do is to run the offense through TYRESE MAXEY, but that's him actually having to run the offense and him going back and play defense, which is his size, is 6'2". And the NBA is actually going more towards like 6'5", 6'6" guys who can guard. If we look at how the Boston Celtics are actually built, that is going to be the new model right there. 6'5", 6'4", and up, and that can actually guard. So I mentioned the defensive liability, and can he actually make other players better? So you actually see his assist is 4.3. If he can get that up to like 6.2, that'll be a good thing. And then so that's the main thing. So the last one is Joel Embiid, and the main thing with him is health and not actually focusing on the MVP. You know, don't try to do too much. Load manage somewhat. That way you're not tired when you actually get to the playoffs, man. I mean, this is a marathon, not a sprint, and the MVP is actually just a damn plaque. Who cares? We know you're an MVP caliber player. It's only one trophy. Only one person can actually get it. Don't let your ego actually get the best of you there. So that's my main thing with Joel Embiid. And I mean, and you know, certain matchups, if the other teams go small, can he actually, you know, let's say if they playing against the Boston Celtics and they take Robert Williams out of the game, and you go small with Tatum at 6'10", Jaylen Brown, you know, and a bunch of guards. I mean, Joel Embiid actually has to play that perimeter. And is he going to be in shape to actually have to do that? And I will worry about that more towards the playoffs. I mean, the East is actually really, really crowded right now, and it's not going to be easy. I mean, they got to play Brooklyn 4 times, Boston 4 times, Milwaukee four times, Chicago four times, and I know they got some help, but you know, TJ Tucker, I mean, he's up in age though. Let's just check out the rest of the roster. Montrezl Harrell's an offensive liability. You can't really play him in the playoffs. These are regular season players, which is actually good. They got some athletic guys that can actually something the Lakers are actually missing. Young athletic guys that can actually play hard, keep them in games, and then you can have hopefully James Harden, Maxey, or Joel Embiid to actually finish. That's one of the main keys right there. But you know, a lot of these players you're not going to really see in the playoffs. So I hope, and then there's also coaching too. Doc Rivers, we know, actually has some abysmal, you know, meltdowns in a sense, though, blowing 3-1 leads. So, all right, and that's I'm surprised I did this under 10 minutes. We're right at the 10-minute mark. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. Let me know what you actually think. Can the Philadelphia 76ers be eventual champions? What you were seeing? I see him as maybe a second round. It depends on who they actually playing, and it's too early to forecast this, but maybe the second round. Maybe. I said Brooklyn's going to be tough. Milwaukee's going to be tough. And this is all barring any type of injury, of course, though, because injuries actually do matter, especially in a playoff series. Okay, so if you like the video, again, I'm sorry, like, comment, subscribe, certainly share the video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace out.